It's coffee break. Somebody was off.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of a Vine. It's like an old one where like the family's singing happy birthday or something and someone just pans the camera and like sitting sadly in another room is their dog and he's just sitting there staring at them like, why'd everybody go?
Well, we had an interesting week with D23.
Yeah.
That'll be the big thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Some news around it. We're getting slowly to fall.
Yes.
We cleaned the house, got up the fall decorations, so we're ready to go.
The best time of the year. Fall. Autumn. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's start it right off.
Mm.
Kraven.
Yeah.
We just watched the trailer.
Oh my god.
It looks good.
Does it?
Yes.
Because I think it looks like very generic, run-of-the-mill schlock.
Yeah, they really changed his character. He's an anti-villain.
I get the feeling they knew there was no selling points for the movie, no character or plot development, and so the only selling point is how bloody and gory it is.
So yes, we watched the Red Band trailer. There's a lot of blood, and here's the thing. Wow.
Sorry, my carbonated beverage.
It's water. So they made this rated R, and they're not afraid to show violence or anything.
Yeah.
But Venom is still PG-13.
I know! Oh my god. All the ones that would, like, really benefit from the R rating.
Yes.
They pushed back until it was PG-13, and I guess now they're just realizing that they're sucking. I don't know why they keep picking the, like, hyper-dangerous blood, gore, swear characters, and then going, let's make this for little kiddos, so we get more money. As they get less money, because it's a bad movie.
Mm-hmm. It's weird that Kraven has powers. I don't remember him ever having powers.
Yeah.
There's probably an iteration of him that does.
Was that Rhino that we saw?
Yeah, he's fighting Rhino.
I don't...
Get it? Because he's an animal?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At least this Rhino is a rhino.
Yeah.
This is not just some...
I miss Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti wearing face tattoos in a giant robotic suit.
That was the best part of that film.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's such a boring film.
It's terrible.
The first Amazing Spider-Man's so, like, good, like, decent. It's gripping. It can keep your attention. The second one? Oh my god.
Yeah, I refuse to watch the second one. Still haven't seen Madam Web.
No. I would love to. Everything about it sounds so bad, and I hate her as an actress. I hate her acting.
She's kind of disappeared, hasn't she?
Well, she did 50 Shades of Grey.
Yep.
And that was bad. And I was like, maybe it's not her fault. Because I also thought, who plays Alice in Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, I don't remember.
I used to think she was a bad actress, but then I watched Crimson Peak, and I was like, no, it's just that Tim is a bad director.
Yes.
I was like, maybe that's what's going on here. 50 Shades is weird. Maybe that's what it is. Nope, she's just a bad actress.
Damn. So, yeah, I don't know who's excited for Kraven.
No.
I don't think I'll go to the theaters to watch that one.
Okay, so the trailer used Johnny Cash.
Yep.
Hate that decision.
They always use Johnny Cash.
They didn't even do it right. They used the song When the Man Comes to Town, The Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yes, and when it gets to the man, that would be the crescendo. But they didn't. That was like the midpoint crescendo.
Yep.
And I'm like, come on, guy, you had one job.
I think it's funny that a lot of these trailers use Johnny Cash because they're trying to rip off something that did it way better. And that's James Mangold, who directed Walking Tall.
Yes.
Which is the biopic of Johnny Cash.
But that one makes sense to use.
And he got really familiar with Johnny Cash,
mm-hmm.
you know, telling his story and his music and everything. Joaquin Phoenix plays Johnny Cash too.
It's a good movie.
It is. It was really good. And then he loved Johnny Cash so much, he carried that further on in his career,
mm-hmm.
that when he made Logan,
yeah,
he used
Johnny
Cash's last song, Hurt.
Which, as if that movie couldn't make you cry more. I understand using Johnny. He has this, haunting quality to his songs.
His life is haunting.
Yeah, all of his songs have this, eeriness to it, and it works well for, I don't know, I would expect something more dramatic for his songs to be used, not just big action, fight, kill guys, blood, gore, Marvel magic.
When he was coming through the elevator, I was like, don't rip off Batman.
Yeah.
And then they don't even show you the real fight. They're just cutting to action and using this do sound effect. And it's just explosions, gunshots, blood, stabbing.
I have a nitpick, and it's so small, but it annoys me. He looks too well kept together. When he's wearing his big hunter furs.
Yeah, when he's in his actual outfit.
I'm like,
which is going to be the end of the movie.
His beard is perfectly trimmed, and his hair is slicked back and perfectly greased and everything. And I'm like, no, be the wild man. Go all out. Throw all that around.
Yeah, that's true. And he's very well cut. Did you recognize him?
No.
Why can't I remember his name? Aaron something. Okay. Aaron played Kick-Ass when he was a kid.
He grew up. A lot happened.
He was the husband in Godzilla 2014. He's the one who goes into San Francisco to get his family. With the Mutos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Isn't that Quicksilver?
And it's Quicksilver.
I think you should have just started with Quicksilver.
And I believe he's Lemon?
That's him?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he is Lemon.
Yeah.
Wow, that's him?
Yeah.
I did not recognize him at all in this trailer. To be honest, beards tend to throw me.
Really?
Facial hair will completely make me not recognize a person. I saw Tom Selleck with his mustache and without his mustache, and for too long I thought it was two different men who happened to be named Tom.
That would trip me up. I would be like, wait, something's wrong.
I was this guy
this is the multiverse.
This guy looks a little bit like Magnum P.I. And my parents were like, what do you mean? That is Magnum P.I.
Yeah, so, okay. Kit Harrington is in the news for some reason. I don't know why. He was talking about Jon Snow and about the ending of Game of Thrones, the last season.
Okay.
And he was explaining why some of it was bad. And he was like, yeah, we kind of rushed it because we were tired. If you think about it, it took them about 9-10 years to make that.
That seems to be the general consensus with people about the last season, is we didn't know what we were doing, and it was grueling days, especially for the actors and the team on set.
Well, when there's snow outside, they're actually out there in the snow.
Yeah. One of the ones where I'm like, I mean, the practical effects helps, but I think we could have maybe been on a soundstage for some of these shots.
Yeah, well, definitely the wall.
Uh-huh.
The wall was a soundstage. And then they got him to start talking about Eternals. Mm-hmm. May you eternally be forgotten.
I hate that film so much.
And it seems to be you and the other Marvel fans constantly bringing this damn thing up.
Well,
it's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Let's just admit it was terrible. It's a one-time thing. Walk away.
Well, the thing is that annoys me is that it shouldn't be just a one-time thing. I've mentioned Tiamat in the middle of the ocean. Mm-hmm. That should be at least referenced more, I would expect.
Yeah.
Marvel used to be so good at tying all those things together.
A lot of fans are like, how are you going to just ignore this?
Yeah, and the other thing is the Eternals, they're still around.
Yes.
And I would have expected them to get, and there's so many of them. I would have expected them to slowly get, stitched into everyone's plot lines to, be the thing that kind of helps tie them all together. But no, they've just been forgotten.
Maybe Blade would help, because Blade is supposedly at the end.
Yeah, supposedly.
With one line of dialogue, but you don't see him. Come on, get out of here.
That hasn't gone anywhere.
So, Kit was talking about, again, doubts on 2, Eternals 2, but he was talking about why he played this character in Eternals, where he's just a human character.
Yeah, he's confusingly in the beginning and the end.
Yeah, he's only at the beginning and end.
They don't, explain his relationship to the main character.
He was dating her.
Well, they don't explain. It was he could be her friend. and she wants to date him, or they could be
It's Kit
dating.
Harrington. He's the boy toy.
And then he just disappears.
Yep. He said that the reason why he played the character wasn't because he thought it was interesting or anything. It was because that Marvel called him. Yeah. And he was like, oh, I got an opportunity with Marvel, so I'll just do it.
That's such a shame. I feel like so many actors got that. Where Marvel was at its peak, and people were killing to be in Marvel. Yes. They single-handedly saved Robert Downey Jr.'s career. Mm-hmm. Made Chris Evans a household name.
Chris Hemsworth.
All of them.
Chris Pratt.
Paul Rudd was doing fine. Paul Rudd was the only one that was like, he's gonna be okay no matter what.
Yeah, but then you get to Quantumanium. Yeah. And it just goes so bad.
But it made everyone these huge, big stars, and then hot off the heels, it's like, oh, everyone from Eternals, Shang-Chi, all these ones that came right after, and they've just gone nowhere.
Shang-Chi was before, but yes.
He's more well known for being Ken, and he wasn't even the main Ken in that movie.
He, the other day, I think it was Monday he was hanging out with, Kelly Clarkson again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was on the Kelly Clarkson show, and I was just like, why is he just hanging out here?
I don't know. Whatever. What else is he doing? Yeah, he's not doing any Marvel movies.
I know. Poor Shang-Chi. Also, no news on Shang-Chi, so give up. Uh-huh. My favorite thing about the Kit Harrington stuff was this comment someone left where they just simply wrote, he knows nothing.
My favorite was, it was just an edit of, like, Jon Snow standing at Jeopardy, and he just had no money.
It's pretty funny. Creature of the Black Lagoon, the cult classic film from the 40s? Mm-hmm. Was it? Oh, man.
What?
57?
I'm not gonna know.
1957 is when this one came out, my bad?
Black and white.
Yes. And they shot underwater.
Uh-huh.
There's some really interesting things that they did with it. It is a romance story. I didn't know that. In fact, I didn't know much about this movie until I did Frogman. Mm-hmm. If you guys haven't seen it.
I made a thumbnail for it.
Yes, there are better thumbnails now, finally.
Yippee.
It's going to be remade.
Yeah.
And they've been wanting to remake it.
Underappreciated. The Creature from the Black Lagoon, I'm going to say.
It definitely got a love letter later on.
Well, like as what?
The Shape of Water.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. As far as like the classic movie monsters go, we have plenty of vampires and werewolves and whatnot. The water creatures tend to get shafted, or they get weird roles like Shape of Water or Abraham from Hellboy. That whole character.
So, yeah, Guillermo del Toro, right? Mm-hmm. Guillermo, I learned this, too, was that he loves Creature of the Black Lagoon. And he wanted to remake it, but then he was like, I don't really want to remake it. Mm-hmm. So he made The Shape of Water. Because he always wanted Gilman, that's his name, the fish
That's
creature.
His real name?
Yeah, Gilman.
Wow.
And the girl to actually fall in love and be happy.
Well, I mean, he got it. He made I was thinking of the Creatures of the Black Lagoon today because I was thinking of the Monster High character, Laguna Blue.
Oh my god.
Because
Wouldn't it be black?
No. She's Australian. And she's in love with a freshwater sea monster named Gil. Ooh, and the freshies and salties aren't supposed to mix. And then we also get Lorna McNessie, daughter of the
McNugget.
Yes. And she was basically just made so they could reuse the parts of Laguna's model. Because I was thinking about doll prints and how Monster High used to do this really cool thing where their dolls were so unique that they couldn't often reuse body parts, which is a thing most doll printing companies do. You know, like the same hand poses, or everyone will have the same arms. But because Monster High was so unique, Laguna would have, like, fins on her arms, or, like, the werewolf character would have fur and whatnot. And so they very rarely could, like, reuse parts for other characters, so everyone had to basically have their whole own unique model. And you could tell that they were struggling later in life, because they started reusing a lot of aspects. Like, there's a lot more vampire characters being suddenly introduced, Oh, here's another werewolf. Gee.
Okay. Well, James Wan, the horror director, creator of Saw, Insidious, The Conjuring verse, Aquaman 2.
Didn't he direct Aquaman 1?
Yeah. And Fast and the Furious 7, which still bangs.
Really?
Oh my. Oh, dude. They get better and better.
I
love them so much. I can't wait for the next one.
What about him?
So he's in talks to direct, which kind of makes sense. We haven't seen him direct a horror film since Malignant.
Which one was Malignant?
Malignant was the one where, spoilers, but her brother was on the back of her head and he was still alive, and she would like black out and then the brother would take over and he was just maniacally killing everybody.
That's what happened in that movie?
Yes.
Oh, James is a good horror director.
He is. And in order to do that, they got a person who could basically walk backwards.
Cool.
And
that's cool.
There's a cool like fight scene in the jail.
That's what that is. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Yeah, because it's going backwards.
Yeah.
So if he takes this up, fine. But it's been a while, so I don't know how he can make it scarier.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can see. Guess we'll wait and see. It's so hit or miss, but I want to be hopeful. I think this has promise.
More news about Deadpool and Wolverine. Halle Berry was expecting to reprise her role as Storm, but Ryan Reynolds never called her.
Damn. Why?
I think he had other things in mind. And there's probably certain characters he couldn't touch.
Maybe. He might just, like, want Storm to stick around or something.
Yeah, well, I was also thinking, like, they don't talk about Beast.
True.
And they don't show you Charles.
Or Iceman.
Yep, Bobby. Yep. So, that kind of leaves this door open so they can reappear.
They didn't have the old Colossus, which I thought they would, so he would make some sort of Colossus-themed joke, because he has his own Colossus.
What?
What do you mean, what?
What the hell did you just say to me?
What do you mean?
There's another Colossus?
You don't remember Colossus in the old X-Men movies?
Oh, well, yeah, they fixed him. They made him look right.
Well, yeah. Well, they also had old Juggernaut, and they referenced that.
No, so that wasn't the original actor of Juggernaut from Last Stand.
It wasn't?
No, I saw this, and it blew my mind. Free Guy.
Yeah.
It was...
Another Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, 3 years ago. Basically, Channing Tatum was in there. Mm-hmm. He's in Deadpool and Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds, of course. Hugh Jackman is in it.
Is he really?
Yeah, his face is covered so you can't see it's him. Chris Evans is in it.
Nice.
And there's this big ripped bodybuilder, and he's the guy who plays...
Juggernaut.
Yeah, Juggernaut.
Wow. It might also...
There was someone else, but yeah, it's basically like the cast of Free Guy is the cast of Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's fun. That's really fun. It might also be, because like all the people that they did bring back, like Pyro's actor, Toad's actor, what are they doing? Halle Berry was going to be a lot more expensive to get on set than those guys.
Yeah, but they got Wesley Snipes and Jennifer Garner.
What is Wesley Snipes doing, other than being salty and still sitting in his trailer to this day?
I think he's hiding from tax evasion, and and he's still very salty. That's why he played Blade so well.
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner has all those Capital One commercials.
Oh, she does?
Yep.
Wow. What a career. Everyone's dream.
So there was concept art shown off, right? I'm struggling to find the concept art, but reportedly this concept art has Ghost Rider, which Ryan Reynolds has been talking about how he wanted Nick Cage to come back.
Dang. That would have been cool.
It would have been. And Daredevil, which would have been Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And at the end, they're like, maybe because they're not there, they can appear in different stories. Mm-hmm. Like I was just saying, that there's room to grow.
Come back. Be cool. No, they mentioned Daredevil, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, at least he got a mention.
They mentioned Punisher also.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Wow. At least they got a mention.
Remember, he was like, where did you get this rocket launcher? And they're like, oh, it was from Punisher. So that's interesting. I was thinking about Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't think there can ever be a sequel.
No.
And it's such a standalone film that uses so many references. Because it's a goodbye to Fox, yet it has all the Marvel MCU stuff to grow off of. Paradox was such a meaningless guy.
Yeah, just an excuse for all of it to happen in the first place.
Yeah.
Which, I'm going to be honest, I don't think we needed him as an excuse to do that. Because that's literally just... Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. He could have just done this on his own.
Yes. The dumbest thing to me is that Paradox tells him that Wolverine's the Prime. So Deadpool goes off to find his own Wolverine. And then they find out that he's actually the bad guy. So if... It's such a stupid conundrum. Paradox brought Deadpool in. Told Deadpool that you need to go get a Wolverine if you're going to be, like, worthy of anything, right? Pisses the two of them off, and then they come out to get him. You got the two, like, most craziest psychotic Marvel characters to team up to come after you. You could have just cut their timelines.
Are they gonna lose to this Joe Schmo random no one? No. Oh, no. Yeah, it's honestly a miracle this movie happened at all, I'm gonna say.
Yes, I appreciate it. I am slowly getting used to that mask.
Yeah.
Now that I know that it is real. He did really wear one. His body looks weird.
It's good, because he's like 60, and he's still ripped as hell.
Yeah, in a different way, which was interesting. Paramount TV Studios announced that they were going to cut 15% of their employees, and then shortly just shut down the entire thing.
That's so crazy.
Paramount is falling apart from the inside.
A lot
That's
of them are.
why they're trying to get bought out. Yes, they are. Except for Disney's looking good right now.
Disney's looking good. People don't like Disney.
No. No, they've definitely made some mistakes. But all the shows that were currently being produced by Paramount TV Studios is now going to another Paramount TV studio thing.
Jeez.
Where they do more of, like, broadcasting of sitcoms and daily talk shows, which I'm like, that doesn't make sense. One of the projects that they were working on, which I didn't know was a Paramount thing, was Reacher.
Oh, really?
And now, they didn't cancel Reacher.
This is gonna be hell.
But it moved over to Newhouse. And I'm like... Yeah.
This is dumb. That's like, okay, so you give one kid, like, scissors and construction paper. And you give another kid, like, lined paper and crayons. And you tell them to do their crafts. And then you suddenly take one kid away... and give the other kid the lined paper and crayons. And go, you still need to finish this other kid's craft. I know you don't know how to do it, but you need to somehow fit it into your schedule. What? It would make more sense if we just kept this kid around who already knew how to do his craft, and then we wouldn't be overloading this one kid with too many crafts. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out. It's bad news, and they just pretty much fired like a couple hundred people right there. So that's just lovely to know. I'm glad that the film industry got out of those strikes only to find themselves in just complete ruin.
Yeah.
Netflix greenlit an animated Ghostbusters series.
Okay.
So the fans are going crazy. I don't care.
I don't know why they're trying to keep Ghostbusters alive.
You know, after the girls did it, and then everyone just slammed it as hard as they could.
Yeah.
Which, it's not bad. It's just not your Ghostbusters. And that was the point of it.
Yeah.
They went off and did Afterlife and Frozen Empire, which I still haven't watched and I don't really care to.
Have only come out to middling reviews at best.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're like, yeah, let's keep doing, like, those incredibly loud, hyper obnoxious 80s boys who are like, OMG, I super love my 80s classics. And they're the reason we keep dragging things like Indiana Jones back from the dead. They're the only ones who sit there being like, yeah, more Ghostbusters! And everyone else is like, can we do anything original?
I guess not. And Netflix's Umbrella Academy, final season 5?
4.
People are hating this thing.
People hate it. No one likes it. I've heard... I don't know what's happening, because we never watched the 3rd season. But for some reason, I don't remember his name. Number 2, the one who threw knives and stuff.
Yeah, Diego.
He was in like a relationship with a character, and then for some reason there was like they for some reason decided to have a love triangle with this character, this girl he was dating, and number 5, the young boy who's still supposed to be a young boy, and it's like he's technically an old man, but he has the body of a young boy. And she's like, so she's simultaneously way too young for him and way too old for him. And no one likes this, because it's like, why did you have to take that away from Diego? What was wrong with just letting them be a romantic couple?
Is this part of the comics, or is this something they did on their own?
I don't know. I don't think they ever really followed the comics pretty closely at all. Because when the first season came out, I was looking into the comics because I was intrigued, and I'm like, oh, they're nothing alike, really.
I also noticed Gerard Way went quiet.
Yeah, I don't know if he had much to do with these last few seasons.
Yeah, because when the first season came out, he started releasing, like, singles. Mm-hmm. Baby, You're a Haunted House.
Good single.
It is. It's a good Halloween jam. Mm-hmm. And you could see that he was, like, drumming up support for Umbrella Academy. It worked. With all these other seasons, he hasn't done anything. Yeah,
like he hasn't even done anything. He didn't do anything for the last few seasons of Doom Patrol either.
He's not the sole writer of Doom Patrol.
Yeah, they referenced him one time.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Okay, D23.
That's the big one.
If you don't know what D23 is, you're not a true fan.
Like me, I was so confused. I was like, why is everything getting announced right now? Didn't realize there was a convention.
It's... D23, when it rolls around, it's some of the funnest stuff.
Why is it called that?
The 20... No, there was 31 investors, and that's why it's called Club 31. And D23... Oh, man. There's a reason. There's a reason for the numbers.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Okay, so they announced a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Moana 2.
She looks... Like, I know she's older... like at least I'm gonna say 3 to 5 years older. She looks scarily older. Like I can see her face too well. She's too well animated.
Well, yeah, technology has updated since then.
It's a little unnerving. At least the still image has like made me go, huh.
We got our first look at live action Snow White.
It looks terrible. I'm more excited for Moana. At least I'm intrigued with Moana. Snow White looks just really bad, and they decided to go with the worst option. They just CG'd the dwarves.
They did. They messed that up so bad.
I saw someone compare them to Polar Express, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Polar Express is a nightmare itself. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it doesn't look good. It's too lit.
That is a good, yeah. I saw her running through the forest, and they seemed to completely miss the point of her running through the forest. Like, in the animated one, the branches on the trees become hands that, like, grab at her, but it's implied it's, like, her imagination. She's scared, you know?
That's how I thought it was.
And in this one, it looks like there's actual, like, Goobles coming after her. And so there's actually, like, evil things in the forest.
Oh, to give more visuals.
And I'm like, oh, man.
Avatar 3, whether you want it or not, December 19th, 2025. I don't want it.
I don't. Only James wants this.
Yes, he does. And he's saying horrible things to people. Yeah. It's called Fire and Ash, not Seed Bearer.
Nope. We all made fun of him too much.
That's another salty man.
I don't care about Avatar. The second one was so boring.
It was.
Oh my god.
And, you know, I attacked Rebel Moon for using Atticus Noble. Mm-hmm. Which, thank you for everyone who watched Rebel Moon. That review is taken off to a different length that I did not think was possible.
Hooray!
That was very awesome. But Avatar Way of Water did the same thing.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse. There's like a 12-year gap.
Yeah. And oh my god. No, it's more than 12 years, because they have like a whole adult child who's like 18 or something.
Okay.
It's so weird and dumb. I'm willing to bet they're going to be slightly purplish in the fire one.
That's what you think?
That's what I think, yeah.
I bet they rub mud on themselves.
Ah, so they'll be like, okay.
He's gonna go with this tribalism idea.
He keeps doing it.
We've told him not to. Mr. Cameron.
You're very
You're
white.
teetering on this edge. Inside Out is getting a spin-off show. It's called Win or Lose.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. It looks okay.
I don't really care because I don't like Inside Out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Bing bong. Hopefully it does good. It's for Disney Plus. It comes out later this year. We got a teaser of Toy Story 5.
Okay. I don't like the premise.
The premise is that the toys are going to deal with the technology.
Yeah.
And how kids don't want to play with toys anymore. They want to play with their iPads.
I don't expect them to handle this with any tact.
Here's the thing. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Kids still play with toys.
They do. I saw a great comment on Twitter, and it was, "Oh, we could have a conversation about how toys have been, like, the industry changes to market only towards very little kids, and oftentimes are very expensive, so parents aren't incentivized to purchase toys, and how kids' faces in general have been, like, getting smaller and smaller. But nope, it's just gonna be iPads are bad. Old man doesn't like technology."
That's what it sounds like to me.
Also, Woody's back. And he left.
Yeah. I don't even know how you can... Unless it's a different Woody?
Yeah, that's the only thing. Unless it's a midquel.
Oh my god. Is this really the movie Andy watched?
God, I hate it.
Coming summer of 2026. They teased Incredibles 3.
I'm not... okay. What happens in this one? Do we have any idea? Or
Nope.
do we just know it's in production?
We just know it's just... got a logo.
I want them to be aged up. I want them to be older. That's what I want. I hope we're not still in the same time space. I want Dash to be a teenager. I want Jack to be...
a teenager.
like a child. I want Violet to be a whole adult. She could be married, you know.
Okay.
We could... let's move forward. I don't want to be stuck in the same spot again, because I didn't like that.
No, Incredibles 2 was not good.
Nah.
But it makes sense to then make a sequel because it was their highest grossing animated film until Inside Out 2.
Yes.
Which I'm surprised they didn't announce Inside Out 3.
Well...
But they showed off concept art of Frozen 3.
yeah, concept art. The concept art for Frozen never really matters.
No, it doesn't because it'll never look like that.
No.
And here it looks like a classic Disney. Almost classic Disney. There's something a little off about it.
Yeah, the glowing city in the background is very classic Disney. I wasn't even lying. That's what happened at the end of Snow White.
She died and went to a glowing city?
No, he woke her up and put her on his horse, and then the city they were going to was glowing in the distance.
Okay. Do you see in the water there's a shadow of a bad guy?
No.
We know that he's a bad guy because he has horns.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay. Sure. At least it'll be a bad guy, unlike the second one, where the only bad guy was their own inability to talk to each other.
Yep. Skeleton Crew got a teaser, which is the new
them.
Star Wars. I'll get more hyped when we get closer to it being released.
Yeah, especially hot off the heels of Acolyte. I'm like, give me a second. I want to breathe.
Yeah. I finished The Acolyte twice now.
Yep.
I love it. I put it up there with Obi-Wan as some of the greatest Star Wars stuff ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Fight Me.
Very fun.
Andor sucks.
On that note, Andor Season 2.
Andor Season 2. More Rogue One cameos for Season 2. This story takes place over 4 years also.
Jeez Louise.
Just like the first season.
I don't want Rogue One cameos. They all die in the end.
Isn't that fun?
No.
I love it when people tell me Rogue One's a great film. And I'm like, so you like this movie that's about supporting terrorism, domestic terrorism, and theft, Grand Theft Theft.
Yeah.
And They all die because they suck.
It's. I might be skipping ahead a little bit, but we got a longer teaser for Mufasa.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it because as a cub, I cannot instantly recognize Mufasa, and I feel like that's kind of important. And also, he dies. I know what happens. He dies.
Hey, that's spoilers.
That's what happens in the first friggin' movie.
Yeah, and then they showcased a little bit of Mandalorian and Grogu, which is the new movie that will come out in 2026.
So keep milking that Grogu merch as long as you can.
I can't stand it. Black Panther spinoff Ironheart got its teaser.
Oh, finally.
Yep.
Took long enough. Jeez Louise. I feel like this was supposed to happen a year ago.
Or longer. Or earlier.
Like, it was supposed to be, like, right after Black Panther 2. And Black Panther 2 got pushed, and then this got, like, quietly ignored.
There was a lot of things where they had to reshuffle their whole slate, and then you had the strikes. And, yeah, the only MCU film that came out this year was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
But then next year we got, like, 4.
Yeah, they you think, oh, only one this year? They're learning their lesson. And then they didn't.
No. In fact, I was thinking about it and I was like, Cap 4 isn't that far away.
It's not. It's right around the corner, really.
Okay, Daredevil Born Again will come out March 2025.
Hooray.
Everybody's back. I saw the teaser. It was somebody recording on their phone in the theater where they're showing it. He looks angry. Daredevil looks very angry in this one.
He tends to.
I forgot about just how angry he gets, because it looks like he's killing people. Which I'm like, that's a new low.
I mean, maybe he's not. Maybe he's just hitting them real hard.
Yeah. Well, the very ending of it was him just getting on top of a guy and just wailing on him.
Ugh.
And I was like, ooh, that's going to be interesting. Go ahead.
Nervously excited? It's been a long time.
Well, John Bethel's been talking a lot about it. Punisher, because he's also in it. And he was saying that it's very well adapted and it will kind of pick up where the Netflix one left off. And it will expand in better ways than the Netflix series actually did. So he's been very positive about it.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I love Daredevil, so I'll check it out. And then Agatha All Along got its final trailer.
I didn't watch it because I'm already intrigued and I didn't want any more spoilers of stuff.
Yep. Another MCU thing got teased. It was the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Have you seen this scene where it's U.S. soldier shooting at a Black Widow, and she has this like briefcase, and then like somehow Ghost shows up? Do you remember Ghost?
No.
Ghost was the villain hero of Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man and Wasp.
What?
Okay. Yeah, see, I was like, why are we putting Ghost in here if people aren't going to remember?
That's weird.
Ghost now looks even weirder.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a really cool like action sequence between the three of them throwing this knife around.
Sure. Okay.
It looked fun, and hopefully they can make this work and have a fun MCU film. But one action scene doesn't make a movie.
This has been the only thing they've like actually been kind of setting up all this time.
Yeah, watching slowly piecing things
what's
together.
her name? Watching her run around and talk to people like new Nick Fury style, you know?
Yeah.
I don't remember her name or her character's name.
Julia Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss?
Yeah.
Louis Dreyfuss?
Louis Dreyfuss. Why are you doing this to me?
I don't know. I just steal your memories. And then I make us both forget.
Eternals... Sorry.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it could be. It really could be, couldn't it? This could be an absolute flop. That's what scares me about this. The Thunderbolts.
Uh-huh.
It's an interesting concept, but it's just Suicide Squad.
It is. But could they be more interesting? Suicide Squad tends to do good. Could they be as interesting as Suicide Squad? I like Wyatt Russell. He's a good actor. I'd like to see him do more cool things.
Yeah, him and Florence Pugh. They should do really good on screen together.
Mm-hmm.
David Harbour. Why do I even bother? You don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
Forget it. I'm moving on. Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Live action next summer. We got to see Stitch, and I wanted to send a personal note to Disney. Did you not see what happened to Sonic? Did we not learn anything?
It looks so bad, and I wanted to be optimistic. Oh.
And I was like, Stitch would be the hardest one to animate because of his fur.
Sure.
And he can shapeshift.
But they've mastered fur. Have you seen Elsa's hair? Have you seen...
That's not fur, that's hair.
It's just, they're so close to each other. But they've done the fur thing. They've figured out fur textures. Zootopia exists.
Yes. Which Zootopia 2 was shown off.
Yes. The thing with Stitch is, it doesn't even look like Stitch. Like, I saw someone make a quick edit to highlight how they didn't even get his proportions right.
Yes.
Like, his ears are too skinny, his head's not big enough. But, I'm not excited.
Poo-poo head. I want to see what the other aliens look like.
Yeah.
Like, Gantu better have rubbery skin.
Yes.
Because he's supposed to be a whale dolphin thing.
You really gotta pop off with Pleakley.
Yes. Pleakley and the dresses.
Yes.
And hats.
Uh-huh.
That will be interesting. Shouldn't be too hard to put that on someone.
If you have a person.
But yeah, the feet is where I'd be like, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with every time they try to do like an alien thing, is it works so much better in animation because you're not going to question the feet. In live action, they have to now make his tripod work.
Yeah, and do you remember how he walks?
Yeah.
It's weird.
He's a monster. I love Pleakley. He's my favorite.
I love Stitch, but I don't know. I don't like the way he looks.
Yeah. I'm not sold, unfortunately.
I was thinking of Lilo and Stitch, the original.
Yeah.
And one of the cutest things about it was when Lonnie, her sister, was dragging Lilo and Stitch around town because she's trying to get a job.
Yeah.
And Lilo's trying to figure out what Stitch is.
Yeah, she's trying to help teach him to be good.
Right. But what we ended up really learning, because Stitch was already so well established and there isn't too much to know about him, beyond he's a destructive experiment.
Yeah, he is war incarnate.
Yes. And we ended up learning more about Lilo.
Yeah.
Because we start developing her out and how much she loves music and ice cream. And that, I was just like, what a wholesome moment.
It is really good. It's a great, and set to Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Tron 3.
Oh.
Tron Ares.
I didn't think I could care about anything less than the Kraven commercial. Here we are.
So Tron 3 soundtrack will be composed by Nine Inch Nails.
What? I feel like I fell asleep. That's the kind of nonsense you hear in a dream. Like, oh yeah, Tron 3 will be composed by Nine Inch Nails, and then I fly and turn into a fish.
Are you ready for who the villain is?
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
What? No! Jared, stop! Stop being villains. It doesn't work. I'm sorry.
And that
Who
was,
keeps casting him? Who
I was
keeps
thinking
giving
about
him
it.
roles?
I was like, did we not see him climb up that building? I'd be like, you need a psych evaluation now.
Like, let's pull up Jared Leto's, IMDb. He has, 1 or 2 kind of okay roles. The majority of them? No. You don't have to, actually.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is too... What a weirdo.
Oh, that was him right there.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, so... The question last week was about Rebel Moon. What was the best quote? Mm-hmm. And something magical happened here, where no one actually gave me a quote from the movie.
It's so not quotable. Honestly, I don't even remember dialogue.
And so people started writing things, and I thought it was really funny. Someone wrote "the end." I was like, best part of the movie.
It's true.
It is I, Scargiver, the child of fire.
It's That's a good one. That's my favorite quote.
And someone wrote, the credits.
Yes, good.
That's just a few. I got a few other ones. But yeah, there was just nonsense of like, this is a quote. And it's like, no, that's not anything close.
10 out of 10 answers.
But I loved it. That was awesome. Thank you, everyone. Rebel Moon sucked. I'm so glad I'm done with it. But I'm not. Sadly, I gotta go back to it.
You're too intrigued by this horrible
I know
world.
too much about it.
Yeah, it's like we know characters' names, and that annoys me.
Yeah.
That annoys me that I know her name is Cora, in parentheses, Arthaleus.
I just used Atticus earlier in the podcast as an example. I'm like, I can't get away from it.
A nightmare.
So, the new question is, what of D23 got you guys excited?
Yeah. I'm pretty blasé about most of it, personally.
Okay.
I would say, I guess I'm most excited for Moana.
Really?
Maybe Zootopia 2?
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I've been waiting years. I've been watching this thing slowly get built. I've been reading the castings. Lilo and Stitch. I've been waiting years for this movie.
I hope it's good.
And seeing Stitch like that was heartbreaking. I literally just wiped the tears away and said I gotta go to work today. Daredevil is also right up there. But that's just because I'm so excited that we're doing this again.
Finally. They've been teasing Daredevil for like a while.
I loved all 3 seasons of the Netflix show. I loved the Ben Affleck one.
Yes. It's too long.
It is like very long.
10 minutes too long.
It takes some interesting choices with its soundtrack.
Sure.
And casting.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it a lot. I think Matt Murdock is a very interesting, complex character that you can have a lot of fun with. And for these guys to finally get another shot at it, that's just awesome to me.
Finally.
Yep. Okay, so box office.
Box office trolls.
Number 1, not a surprise, Deadpool and Wolverine, it broke a bill.
Yeah, it's going to be in the top 10 for a while, so get used to us talking about it.
Yep. In fact, it was shown in 100 more theaters this last weekend.
Nice, nice.
Number 2, It Ends With Us, which is based on a book. I don't know what this one's really about.
I saw a trailer for it. It looked horrible. It looked like some dumb, run-of-the-mill, schlocky romance thing.
Yes.
But one of the things was, like, the movie everyone's been buzzing about. And I'm like, no one's mentioned it. No one's buzzing about this. I didn't even know this existed until, like, literally 2 days ago.
I picked up the second book.
Yeah?
It Starts With Us.
Oh.
I know.
I think you guys got that backwards.
And I read the back, and I was like, oh, this is definitely not for me.
Yeah.
It was about this woman who is living with this guy, but they're not together, but they have a daughter. And then this mysterious man that she used to have a thing for reappears.
Okay.
And now she has to toss between the 2 men in her life.
We don't have enough rom-coms.
And I was just like, this is not for me. Good luck to anyone else. I hope it's good. I hope they adapted it well.
I mean, it landed number 2, so it's doing fine enough.
Yeah. Number 3, Twisters.
Good for them. I'm happy for them.
So there's a classic scene, or I can't even say it's classic because it just came out, but there's this shot that's been reused multiple times for promo. And you get to see the 3 characters. They're inside a building with the doors open.
Yeah.
And they're looking out at it, right? And I'm looking at Glenn Powell because what else am I going to look at?
Exactly.
And I just look at his hand that's holding the door open. He's got this weird, like, flipper hand, and I don't know what he's doing there.
He probably, had, like a shit grip, and then they couldn't, fix it in time.
And I was like, maybe because it's one of those weird doors where you have to, like, push in the bar to open it, and he's, like, trying to keep the bar open. Because there's a weird misconception that the door opens with the bar pushed in, but you don't have to keep the bar pushed in once it's out of its... But people will still keep doing it.
Yes.
It's something I thought about as a kid.
I can't wait to really.
Yes. And now I'm watching Glenn Powell flipper hand this thing, and I'm like, it's a real problem.
I'm gonna look for the flipper hand. I'm excited.
I'll probably put it on the thumbnail just so everyone can see it, because it's so... I'm not kidding. I think his fingers are, like, closhed up on each other, and he's
Dang.
just reaching his arm out there.
Poor Glenn.
Everything else about him's fine.
Of course he is.
Yes, I was gonna say very fine.
Mwah.
That hand, I was just like, oh, come on, any other shot. Number 5, Despicable Me 4.
Oh, you gonna skip over number 4?
Oh, God. Okay.
Just like everyone else did.
Yeah. Number 4, Borderlands.
Everyone says it's horrible. It's worse than Madam Web.
That I couldn't believe.
They all... Yeah?
Madam Web is better than Borderlands?
At least... I think the thing that it hurts more is like Borderlands we've been waiting for a while.
Yeah, so... Oh, my God.
Everyone's so old
Yes.
in this movie.
Yes, so the casting's wrong.
Yeah.
Except for Bobby Lee. But that's just my own professional opinion.
I don't even know what character he plays.
It's just some guy in a bar.
Whatever.
Eli Roth. Eli Roth is known for directing Hostel. Mm-hmm. He was the director, and he announced this at the second to last E3. It might have been the last E3.
Yeah.
We got to see the behind the scenes. We saw the cast. They were doing this back in 2001. 2020-ish. It might have been right there. Mm-hmm. Anyways, now years later, we're getting it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take that long to make a movie. What happened was after he finished the principal photography, he walked away.
Yeah.
He didn't finish the movie. They had to do reshoots. Mm-hmm. They got another director to come in and do these reshoots. That's never a good sign.
Nope.
Not only is it not going to be faithful to the original director's vision,
Mm-hmm.
now you got another director's vision coming in on top of it, and the original director walked away.
They usually
That's
walk
bad
away
news.
for a reason.
Mm-hmm. I want to point out Alien 3 here, where I think it was David Lynch who was directing it, and he got so frustrated with everything, and it wasn't going his way. He walked away.
Fan Forstick was another one.
No, Josh Tank needed to be removed. He was a problem. But yeah, when the original directors walk, it's like, ooh, this is not going to turn out well.
Poor Borderlands. Because, also, it annoys me. Because I wanted it to be good. Damn.
Number 6, Trap. This is the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it's not good, but I could have just told you that. Number 7, Inside Out 2.
Good for them.
Number 8, Harold and the Purple Crayon. Literally no one saw this.
Losers. Second week and it's down to number 8. Loser dumb. No one likes you.
Number 9, Cuckoo.
What? Oh.
Yeah, not the cool British show about jackhead potatoes and Chief Ken. If you don't know what I'm saying,
watch Cuckoo.
It's on Netflix. It's a British series and it's very funny.
Starring John Reese. Nope. What's his name? Greg Davies. I remembered the last name Davies.
Yes.
And I worked backwards. Greg Davies.
You've been talking about him with... what's that show he does?
Taskmaster. Very funny. Watch Taskmaster. You can watch all of Taskmaster on YouTube for free.
Yeah, and it's a fun show. And the tests that they have to go through are just so asinine.
It's so fun because you sit there and you go, well, how would I do it?
Yeah, exactly. And you gotta watch it to actually really see what's going on. Mm-hmm. My favorite is Find the Ducks. It's so crazy to think you have to do all these things. There's a point where they're like, find the ducks in this room. Or no, it just says find the ducks, and they put them in this room.
Yeah.
And then they realize, wait, they're all over the house.
There's one where it was like, find the ducks, and she found a duck that was like imprinted on the wall from years before that wasn't supposed to be there. So she got an extra duck.
Yeah, and then Cuckoo's just a funny British show.
Yes.
Number 10, Longlegs.
Okay, yeah. That's the thing with horror movies. They go down on the list very quickly because people who don't want to be spoiled watch it right away.
Yes.
So their numbers just always go down immediately after the first couple weeks.
This week is Alien Romulus.
Mm-hmm.
I did a review on Alien.
Yeah.
I chose Alien because I wanted to do the whole series eventually. Mm-hmm. I know Aliens is up next.
Alien is a good one.
It is. It was awesome. It's a masterpiece.
Everyone praises it for a reason.
The worst part's the ending. I didn't want to talk about it too much. I did use a shot of it. I tried to use the best shot that didn't give you epilepsy.
The strobing was horrible.
Oh. And then she's carrying the flamethrower.
I can only imagine what the people in the theater went through when suddenly it's just strobing this huge screen, blinding lights at them. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, eh.
You know what's kind of cool, if you watch it and you start to think about it like a book, when Mother turns on the Nostromo to awaken the crew, mm-hmm. it shows all these flashing lights and it's reflecting on the helmet that's sitting over the kill switch, right? And then the movie ends with all these flashing lights.
Mm-hmm. It is super smart.
Yes.
Really good movie.
The Xenomorph is awesome. There were scenes that didn't make the movie that I found.
When it crab walks?
Yes. Crab walks forward?
Yeah.
It was terrifying, and you can see the whole thing. That guy has a small penis.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that car out there.
The Xenomorph? No. It has a massive.
Did you know some babies, when they're learning to, move around, most babies crawl, you know, others will, do the scoot maneuver where they sit and they just kind of
Yep.
Some babies crab walk.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Human babies crab walking and goats standing on their legs walking on 2 feet.
Yeah,
that happens.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is hell.
Alien was awesome. If you guys didn't see the review, please go watch it. Mm-hmm. If you did, thank you.
Yes.
Now, Pokemon news.
Yeah.
We haven't had a Pokemon news in a while, and it was because we finished the third part of Horizons.
Hooray!
It was terrible. It set us back.
No! What do you mean
I'm more confused.
What do you mean it set us back? How are you confused? They spell everything out to you 5 times.
I don't care about a giant Lapras.
Would they have to find all the heroes? All of the legendary heroes? To help, make Terapagos stronger, so then they can find
Lucius.
Lucius in Lagua. I had a lot of fun with this season. This part. It's all still the same season, technically.
Yeah, you love the comedy, which the best episode is with Poltergeist.
Yes, if you watch any of them, watch that one. Watch Poltergeist want to fight the fuck out of a Shuckle. It's so funny.
And then when he wants it to come to him, it takes way too long.
The whole season was a lot funnier, I feel like. Sorry, I keep saying season. Part.
Yes.
This part was a lot funnier, I felt like. And more energy. Liko's finally becoming a character rather than just a monologuing, I can't believe this is happening to me kind of person. You know?
Yeah, like the first part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you gotta start somewhere, right?
The first part's the roughest, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It ends with the Arboliva. Well, it's oh yeah, things are finally getting going, and then it ends. No, part 2's the best one. Part 3 was fun, I'm gonna say.
Well, part 4 comes out this November.
Yes.
So we'll have more then. There was no other Pokemon news except for the sadness of the passing of Misty and Jessie's voice actress.
Very sad.
The saddest Togepi picture I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can take that down from now on. I love Togepi, and I don't need to see it sitting there crying.
Yeah. There was too many crying Togepis, and so I was like, I need you guys to stop, please.
And I
can't take it.
It's the crybaby Pokemon. Is it?
No, it's the egg Pokemon.
Who's the crybaby Pokemon?
I would imagine Bonsly.
Oh, yeah, that thing's pretty useless. Okay. You have any things you want to say?
Ruby Reversed Fates is over. I finished episode 10,
Yay.
volume 1.
Yay.
Ends this week, and I'll return to my Nuzlocke, which I'm not sure if I'll survive.
Yeah, you keep saying you're gonna do your Nuzlocke.
Well, I also had to do the OC animation challenge, and that took way longer than I expected it to. So I had to dedicate all of Friday to that, unfortunately, and then all of Saturday to it as well. So, but I did it. The OC animation challenge is up. Watch everyone's submissions. Everyone did so good. I'm so impressed with everybody. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Cool. Alien took up a lot of my time.
Mm-hmm.
I realized today that that was the only thing I watched besides Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I used to like actually enjoy my evenings.
Yeah.
This week, I want to watch House of Dragon season 2.
Yeah. Maybe I like to sit down and just binge all of it.
I don't know if I want to binge all of it.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
Because we couldn't finish Shogun.
No. It was so good, but like so emotionally turbulent.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to go back and actually watch all of that, especially since it's getting its second season.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, the next film review will not be until September.
Damn.
It will be Saw.
Ooh.
I'm just going to say that right now because I won't have time in October.
Yeah.
I'm already booked.
Already have plans.
That doesn't mean nothing's happening on Tuesday and the Tuesdays leading up to the Saw review. This Tuesday is going to be a new project, a brand new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's a podcast.
Okay.
It's not with Critter. There's going to be a new guest, so we'll have new opinions and ideas coming in around here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about it to see what it is and how it shapes and molds. It doesn't have a name yet.
I am too. I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, and so Tuesday that should hopefully be out.
Nice.
I'm still doing Stellar Blade, Resident Evil on Saturday. That's it.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah, D23 was the big thing.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen next week.
Me too. We'll just have to figure it out.
Yep.
Okay, I hope everybody had a good week, has a good week.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy school.
Yes.
Enjoy the heat.
Yep.
If you're not in school, remember, it's still coming.
It's slowly becoming fall.
Yep.
Yes.
Here in the desert, it's nice and cool in the mornings, which is telling me we're getting closer to autumn.
Mm-hmm. I keep gaslighting myself into being like, it's fall right now. And then I'll walk outside and it'll be 100 degrees. And I'll be like, it's not. Help.
So, okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Blah, 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 blah. Good.
Yes.